Brian Van Dyne here, and no, this is not a blackface joke. I was wearing these and I was working on the truck, and that's how this happened. Anyways, I'm gonna snack on some food while I'm updating you guys. Well, I got home from my fishing trip. Um, we didn't catch nothing, but we went halibut fishing, and I got a what would you say? I got a text from my driver on Friday saying, "Hey man, power steering ain't working." Um, so he called it early, and I got home Saturday evening, and I was diagnosing the power steering issue. Well, I didn't diagnose it Saturday, but I told them to leave the strong arm down for me. So I could grease it when I got back from my fishing trip. So I got back from my fishing trip, seen the strong arms down, started greasing the trucks, and then that's what I noticed. Both of the back sides were broken. And so I was like, well, a lot of dump truckers would probably run it. Not me, though. Not me. I try and fix those things before they cause more problems. Imagine if the front one's broke. The only thing holding this axle in place, those bolster springs are holding it. You also got these torque rods holding the axles. They're somewhat holding it. And then you also have a safety strap, right? And then there's one on the other side. So that was a fix that I wasn't going to wait to fix. The dirt is holding it together. Yeah, right? What's up, Xander? I got those new springs in I got from you guys. I got them in. Man, they were a pain in the butt. Without a lift or anything, man, I'll tell you what, they were a real pain to get in. Right? But it was kind of easy, but at the same time, it was, well, we all knew that they were going south, Joey. But unless you put the strong arm down, you cannot tell if they're broken. Yeah, Chano. He can say that all he wants. It says his name on the envelope, so he can deny it all he wants. He sent it. Anyways, back to what I'm talking about. Justin's out of the picture now. This is what we're focusing on right here. Not the drama. We're focusing on helping owner-operators fix their stuff. So anyways, with this super dump, you have to lift the frame up, right? You have to lift the frame up to change those out. And those kind of have to dangle. So what I did was the box was down. I put the strong arm down, and I put those two drop axles down, and it lifted those tires off the ground about 2 inches apiece, both sides. So theoretically, if I needed to change a tire that way, you could do that. Obviously, I got safety chocks on both of the steer tires, so it wasn't going to roll anywhere. But, man, that was a nightmare, getting those out, especially by myself. I mean, it was in, out, in, out, in, out. I need a hammer. I need a pry bar. I need the impact gun, Finally, about halfway through, my wife came out and started handing me stuff when I needed it. That was a lifesaver. man, let me tell you what. Just having somebody to hand you stuff it makes your job that much easier. You don't realize how much of a help you are if you're just handing stuff. Yeah, see, Blake knows it's hard. So, even if they're young enough to do something, if they're at least handing you stuff, that makes the world of difference. So, look at that one. Yeah, a goofer. That's what you call him. I'm gonna tell Grandpa that you called him a goofer. Oh, gopher. Gopher. That's what you meant. Yeah, you got to have a gopher. Somebody that goes and grabs stuff for you. It makes your job that much easier. Yeah, it was pretty tough. Let me tell you what. I was almost getting those back in. I stuck the... Where is it? Where is that stupid jack? I stuck this jack right here. I stuck that jack in each side and pried the sucker open just so I could put the bushings in there. Anyways, I got a full video coming out. As you can see, my GoPro's up. Yeah, I shut it off before the battery's dead. Anyways, I did a whole video on how I did it, so I'll show you guys that exclusively to the members. Members will get to see that. Video more members can build up that video base for the new members. I think we got 3 or 4 videos for members only right now, but we're gonna be ramping that up. You know, I'm gonna be doing lots of videos for the members since they're paying that extra $1 a month to watch. Yeah, my OnlyFans. I'm gonna call you guys my OnlyFans. You should invest in a hydraulic porta power. That thing saves me all the time on big trucks. What is a porta power? What's a porta power, Xander? Is it like a hydraulic jack or something? What is it? I don't understand what it is, but sounds cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe you could look it up on Google and post a link in the chat for everybody else too, so they can figure it out what a porta power is. But man, let me tell you what, that was a fun job. Look at this. You can see the dirt coming off of me. Man. And then check this out. Halfway through the job, it started to pour down rain. It started pouring down rain halfway through the job. You can see the cardboard is dry from there, and then from here on out, it's soaking wet. The other side is even worse. I'd buy a piece of plywood, but, you know, plywood's like a sheet right now. Power. Yeah, you need different jacks for this type of stuff, man, because this is like, that bottle jack is too big. That one is too big. I even got a bottle jack out of my wife's car and used that once for because it's so... I was able to jam it in there and pry it open, but man, it sucked. There's not that many bolts, so when you're looking at it, you're like, oh, this is gonna be easy, and then you figure out it ain't really easy. You're not kidding about plywood. 3x4 CDX, almost $90 a sheet. I know, Hensley's. Dude, that plywood is getting outrageous for prices. It is just nuts. So, I was like, yeah, plywood would be nice, but I can't afford that stuff. So, I got the cardboard. And it's nice. Most of the time, the cardboard is a little bit softer on the rocks, you know. But, man, let me tell you what. Those rocks are. You get one that's poking up like this. That's the one that is in the center of your back. No matter what you do, that's what happens. One is sticking up like that. And it's right in your back. And you're on there, you're on your back, you know, trying to get those things in there. You got your safety glasses on so you're not getting dust in your eyeballs. But you're getting it everywhere else. And then next thing you know, you move and that rock is right there to find you. Anyways, guys, it's starting to rain. Holy smokes, it's starting to rain. Better pick up this stuff. Let's get these tools out of the rain. And since we're all done, I can start putting these tools away. That was a fun job. Let me tell you what. Not fun when I first started. Oh, yeah. She's raining now. She is raining. Did you lose any work because of it? No, I didn't, David. I didn't. I just seen it this morning when I went to grease the strong arms, because I greased the whole truck. I greased everything except for the strong arm on Wednesday, and then I told the drivers, I said, hey, I want you to put the arm down on Friday so I can get to greasing that, because when I greased the trucks on Wednesday, I didn't have enough time to grease the strong arms. And so I told them, I said, leave the strong arms down, boys, so I can grease those when I get back from the fishing trip. So when they were down, it lifted that back end up, right? When that strong arm's down, it lifts this up and puts more weight on the steer tires, and that's how I noticed that it was completely broken through. I thought it was cracked, but I didn't think it was cracked all the way through. Like, you can tell this one's pretty fresh. You can tell that's pretty fresh. This one wasn't broken. Let's see, where's the other one? The other side looks like it might have been broken for, maybe a smidge longer. Yeah, this one isn't as brand new rubbery look. This one, yeah. You can tell. I mean, I knew they were getting there when I first bought the truck. Like this one's been broken for a while. You can tell because this rubber isn't as black. Like, you can see the dust on it. The other one doesn't have any dust on it. It was fresh. Like, probably broke that week. This one had been broken for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, or, who knows. Guys run those things into the ground. When I first bought the truck, I remember telling the mechanic that was there that had this truck at his shop, and I was like, hey, man, how much does it cost to replace those? And he's like, oh, those aren't that bad. I've seen way worse than that. And I was like, seriously? He's like, oh, yeah, people run them until they're, he's like, I've seen worse. And I was like, well, that's something that I would like to get fixed. And he's like, oh, they're easy, And I was like, okay, it sounded like, something that I could do, because he said they were easy. What's up, Chaka? Rowdy sucks. We got some Milwaukee here. Oh, yeah, she's ready to work tomorrow. You better believe it. I ain't letting the day go by where that truck don't work, if I can help it. I even had to diagnose the power steering today. Also, I get you guys washing their trucks. Yeah, we do need to wash these trucks, but the problem is I don't really have time, and it wouldn't really even be worth it. It would not really be worth it, I'll be honest, because at the pit they run out of every single day, I'm telling you, it would be clean for about 30 minutes. The first trip in, first trip out, it'd still be clean. But on the fourth trip, how long does it take you to grease a truck complete? That's a great question, Rick. It depends. Are we talking about a super dump or my solo? If we're talking my solo, I could grease that thing in 30 minutes, maybe less, maybe 20 minutes. I know I never really timed myself. If I'm greasing a super dump, dude, those things take 45 minutes at least if you're greasing the whole thing. I mean, if you don't miss a single grease zerk, And there's always, it seems like, one that doesn't want to take grease, so you end up fighting the stupid bastard. Or I've had it too where the lock and lube, the seal in my lock and lube, I've had that thing for a long time, and I need to put a new O-ring in it. It's going bad. I didn't see that, Chaka. Burned up his brakes in Sumner. He was coming down that hill towards Corliss. That's a steep hill. Just pressure wash your high maintenance areas so you do not miss out on repairs. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely good advice. And I am always one to wash my trucks, but since I moved down here, I don't really have a big water supply yet. We only have a 1,000-gallon water tank, right? We need to have that filled up every month or so. And that gets expensive. So, you know, I can't really just wash trucks whenever I want. But once we get our well done, which we will get done this summer, I'm pretty confident with if we keep these two trucks rolling, boom, 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 we should be able to get our well installed. That's like $20,000 right there. So I've gotten a few quotes, and that's what, you know, there. Oh, geez, Louise, it is really coming down. Whoo! She is raining today, boys. She is raining today. I'm glad I got that all the way done before it started really pouring, because that was sucking when I was under there and it was raining on me. You can see. Alright, you guys can't really see. There you go. You can see now. It's coming down. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I hate getting wet like this. But you don't got a choice sometimes. Don't got a choice. You don't do it, nobody's gonna do it for you. Unless you pay him an arm and a leg. Hey, Xander, how much would it have costed me to get those bolster springs replaced, you think? How much do you think that would have costed? Oh, definitely, man. We're definitely gonna be buying a hot water pressure washer. That is definitely on our list this year, probably, in the summer. Bobby, you never sent me the address. You gotta send me the address, man. You and the addresses, man. You gotta send me the address. If you don't send me the address, it don't happen. I can't just guess where the job site is. You gotta send me the address, man. I know you get busy, you forget stuff. Send me that address. Was loading coming down from the topsoil, had to take the makeshift runaway ramp down by the shop. Oh, you're talking about from where the screeners are, that big hill. It's a concrete hill though, like it's not dirt or nothing, if I remember right. That's a steep hill. Woo-hoo-hoo! That is a steep one. Oh man. Yeah, that hill is dangerous. That one scares me. You know which one also scares the daylights out of me? Renton Concrete Recyclers. Their hill, you go up this hill, and then to dump, you got to go back down and around. Dude, I put all my drop axles down when I'm going, and I put that thing in first gear and just let it idle. And I got my foot on the brake, because that thing, you can't even see. There's nothing in front of you. All you see is your hood. And then you're driving, you're like, oh God, I hope I don't drive off the edge. You know? And then next thing you know, you finally tilt down and you're like, oh man, I'm going to fall through the windshield. Yeah, a few grand. See, that's what I was thinking, Xander. I mean, the springs alone cost $1,000. You know, so that's easily $1,500. I would charge $1,500. Yeah, Monster Road. Yep. Well, not Monster Road itself, but in the pit, in Rent Concrete Recyclers, that pit. Dude, that pit hill, it's like freaking a drop off, man. Every time I drive on that thing, I'm like, oh, I need to check my brakes before I come here. Every time, you know, I go there with the old dump truck, I'm like, if I'm rolling in there, I know my brakes are good. I know I adjusted them that day or the day before. Because I don't mess around with that hill. It is not worth it. And what's up, Sydney? The other thing is, when it rains out here, it's so flipping cold. You know, you go from working in a t-shirt, and then you're freezing your nuts off, you know? I gotta put all these tools away, because if I don't, I'm gonna be ending up with a disaster of a mess to clean up. Trying to put these tools away. I gotta put these tools away, guys, because if I don't, I will be inefficient. Very inefficient. I will not have my workflow down. So I've really started to buckle down on myself on cleaning up after myself. You know, back when I was in the duplex, I was like, I got better things to do. It's just going to get messed up again. And now I've finally decided, I'm like, I'm never going to let it get bad. I'm just going to keep. It's so much less stressful. And especially if you have somebody helping you. Oh, because then you can just tell them which drawer it's supposed to be in, and then they can go grab it. Instead of, if it's not in there, then they have to go, like, oh, where did I put that? You know? Where did I put that? Let's see, what's the battery on this bad boy? It's on number 2. I should probably charge that thing up soon. Oh, man. It sucks being out here in this rain. You do what you gotta do, guys. You do what you gotta do. You need a few big breaker bars when you're in that job too, just so you know. You cannot get that done without a few big breaker bars. So what are you guys up to? You guys have a good weekend? What do you guys do on the weekend? I know you guys had some fun. I went fishing for halibut. First time I ever went halibut fishing. We had a blast. We went out there, San Juan Islands. The first day we went out, it was a little choppy. It was a little choppy. I'm glad I took a Dramamine because we got through the channel and then we were going over there. Supposedly there was this reef and the wind was blowing. I got it, Bobby. I seen it. And then next thing I know, I mean the boat was hit. The boat was hitting hard. I mean it was like, man, this is you know. And then you had to look at the horizon, dude. If you took your eyes off that horizon, you'd be like, you know, you'd start to feel it, you know. You get that feeling like, have you guys ever been on like a swing? You know, you're on like a swing set, and then you lean back, and then you get that feeling in your stomach. That's what I was getting just about every bump we went over. Every time it slammed down, it was like, you felt weightless, and then boom, boom. It was intense. Luckily, you know, once we got out there and we were just drifting, you know, it was pretty good. You know, you could tell the boat was rocking a little bit, you know. And then when we went out the next day, it was smooth as glass. I mean, it was like, you know, up to 40 miles an hour, or 40 knots, or what. I don't know how fast it was. We were going fast. It was like 40. The guy has like a 300 horsepower Yamaha on the back of his boat. And so we were just cruising, man. We were cruising. Fast as that thing could go, we were doing it. And but it did rain. It did sprinkle a little bit. It was cold. It was cold out there. But it was a fun experience. You know, we brought a whole bunch of snacks. We all brought a whole bunch of snacks. You know, like beef jerky, cheese, and you know, some burritos, crackers. You know, all that snacky type of stuff. We brought a ton of that. And you know, basically the rule was, if you bring it, you better bring enough to share, because you know everything's fair game is basically kind of what the rule was. And so we were all sharing, and it was super cool. And you know, we were just talking about experiences, and I only knew one guy on the boat, two guys on the boat. I knew the captain, and I knew my buddy that invited me, and then there was another guy that was a longtime friend for them. Yeah, pound that thumbs up button. And so it was super fun. We had a good time. We stayed in a hotel. Didn't get much sleep. I woke up, you know, I don't know, it was probably like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. And we had 2 beds in the hotel. I was sleeping in one, and the other guy was sleeping in the other. And then the other 2 had another hotel room, and they were both sleeping in their own bed. But the guy I was staying with, dude, he could saw some logs up, man. He could saw some logs. I woke up at like 2 in the morning, and I swear, I'm not exaggerating, not even the slightest. I mean, he was snoring as loud as anybody possibly could. I was like, I look over, I'm like, how does this guy not wake himself up snoring that loud? Like, it just blew my mind. I could not believe it. But he was sawing them logs up, man. He was sawing them up. And then, you know, he stopped snoring for like 2 seconds. And I was so tired that I was like, oh, he stopped. And then I was out. I was probably snoring too. Not that loud, but I was probably snoring, you know. It was fun, though. It's such a fun experience. And that was the second time I've been out on that boat. I think it's like a 26-foot Duckworthy. 26-foot Duckworthy or something like that. It was a nice boat. Very nice boat. What's up, Sydney? I had the bolster springs. Basically these Hendrickson Hallmax springs. Basically rubber pad springs. Those right there. They were both broken. A lot of people would have ran it like that, you know, but not me. No way. No way. I wouldn't want to be driving down the road and have the axle completely fall out from underneath the dump truck. That is not what I like doing. Anyways, I got a lot of good video of it. There's gonna be a members only video. I'll probably post it in a week or two once I get done editing it. You know, took me about 5 hours, probably 5 hours, maybe 4 hours. This side was really fast. The other side, the learning side, that took me a lot. Took me a while. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It took me a long time. A lot longer than I wanted it to. Once I finally figured out how to get those new springs in there, it wasn't that bad. But trying to figure out how to get them in there, I had to use a jack. Like, let's just say I was replacing that back one right there on that side, and this one was missing, and that one was missing, and those were missing. Then I would stick that jack in there on this side and spread that sucker apart. Then I'd have to crawl under there and put in that spring and hook it to the top, put those nuts on, and then come out, reposition the jack somewhere else, and then try and get the front one in. Man, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I tried 1,000 different possible ways of doing it. It was not fun. Ugh. It was not fun. What the heck is this done in here? Okay. Let's just put down one of these. Let's build some power steering fluid. Whew, let me tell you what, guys. That was a lot of fun. Not really, but it was. I hope you guys never have to do it. So. Alright, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. It was fun telling you my story. Am I polishing rims today? No, we ain't polishing any rims today, homie. I don't polish rims. I'll be honest, when you're working for the rock quarry, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it, especially in the wintertime. In the summertime, you can polish them and you can get maybe a month out of them before they get dull. But when you work all day, those rims are never going to be polished. I mean, look at them. They're black. I mean, those are not. I mean, look. I even got dirt. Look at that. I mean, there's no way to keep that clean. When you're running for the quarry all day, especially when there's like 2 miles of quarry road, right? So it's not just, you're not just pulling in off the road, hopping in the quarry, getting your stuff, and then bouncing. It's, you drive for 2 miles on this asphalt, and then you're in the quarry, and then the outbound lane is like 4 miles of pure dirt, mud, dust. Yeah, they look mint. They're probably mint underneath all the dirt. But, yeah, see, when you work for the quarry, dude, you're not keeping nothing clean. Like, look, the license plate and the lights are clean. Everything else. See, you can't even read the do not push on here. There's a do not push on here. The shop. David, excellent question. The springs themselves were $1,000. So, if I was a repair shop, I would easily charge $1,500 to do that. Easily $1,500 to $2,000 probably. Plus the cost of the spring. So you're about $4,500. That's what I would charge. I can't do it fast though. So, I mean, maybe if you're a shop and you know exactly how to switch those out, and your guys aren't, fooling around, you could do it for, maybe $1,000 plus the cost, so $2,000 at the cheapest. I don't think anybody would do that job under $1,000 plus parts. So there's no way anybody would do that for $2,000. I don't think. If you were to find some Mexican shop or something, some Russian shop or some shop that works super cheap, and they only charge you what the time it takes, and they know what they're doing, I could see possibly getting away with $2,000. But if my buddy called me up and said, "Hey man, my Hall Max pads are bad," I'd say $3,500. I'll do it. $3,500. I'd do it for that. Maybe $3,000 if I'm feeling good. I'd do it for $3,000 probably. But that was a tough job, especially my first one. I could charge $1,000 to do something like that. Just charge them $2,000, $1,000 for the pads, $1,000 for the labor. But I'd rather be dump trucking. I mean, that's $1,000. That's a lot easier to make than doing that. That's why I would charge more, probably $1,500, $2,000. plus the parts. So I'd be at least 3. I mean, if my buddy realistically contact me today, say, hey man, my pads are bad too, man. What? Give me a deal. $3,000. That's what I would tell him. $3,000, and I'll buy the pads. You know, or I say you buy the pads and I'll do it for 2. You know, maybe he can find a better deal on the pads, but. Whew. All right, guys. I gotta finish up cleaning up all my junk. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna. Yeah, right. For a hot dog? You think I'd be doing that for a hot dog? You're tripping, bro. There's no way. There's no way. I'll tell you what, one thing, I got so mad. I was trying to get those springs in there, and this was on the first time. I was so flipping mad. I was literally to the point where I was going to take the side-by-side and ram it against that tire to see if I could push it, you know? just to give you an idea on how mad I was. I was literally to the point of, you know, that mad. There's my wife. And that's when I was like, honey, I need some help. You got to help me, hand me stuff or something. You know, I need some sort of help. So I feel like I'm not doing this completely by myself. And she gladly helped me, and, you know. So, whew. Anyways, all right, guys. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this. Be sure to join now on membership so you can catch the real video of when I actually did it. You can see all my mistakes and see how I actually got it all together. Members only exclusive content coming straight to you guys, members first. It's like 99 cents a month, so it's less than $1 a month. Come on, anybody can afford $1 a month. I know you guys spend $5 on a coffee every single day, so don't tell me, you know, this video isn't worth $1 a month to get some cool videos. So anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget that like button, share this on your social media site of preference, and I'll catch you on the next one.